Hello everyone and welcome to this week's video. I very excitingly am off to visit bestie Cleo this weekend. It's currently Wednesday for reference. I leave on Friday. And all the way back in October, we actually picked some books for each other to read. Neither of us have read them yet, but we picked them. And I figured what better time to try and read these than when I'm literally seeing her in person this weekend. So, with that being said, we're actually doing a buddy read as well that we're going to finish on Saturday when I'm at her house. And that is actually one of the books that she picked for me all the way back in October. I thought she'd read it, apparently not. And that is The Game Changer by Lana Ferguson. You can see we've tabbed it up. We're really far through. We've done it so like each day we'll finish it on a day we're together. That was the plan. This is a hockey romance, obviously by Lana Ferguson. We love Lana Ferguson in this household. And this follows Ian and Delilah, and they're fake dating for publicity reasons because Delilah has a baking show that is not getting as many views as it used to, and Ian is a hockey player whose relationship drama is kind of taking over the press. Like, he's not being talked about for his hockey skills, he's being talked about for his ex-wife. So they're fake dating, they are childhood friends, best friend's brother sort of situation. No, brother's best friend, I always muddle that up. Brother's best friend situation. It's fun. Genuinely the only issue I'm having with it so far is that he just keeps calling her brat, and it's happened so much that the effect has worn off and it does just irritate me now. So other than that, I'm having a really fun time with this one. I'll give updates when I finish it, I suppose. Then the other option she gave me was The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy, but I have since decided I have no interest in reading that series. I loved the Off-Campus series, hated the Briar U series, and so I kind of just want to leave it at that. I don't want to try a third time. I'm happy to just have the Off-Campus series as my thing I've read by her. Like, you can literally see behind me here, I have the Afterlight editions of the Off-Campus series. I don't want to taint that series any further, so I'm not going to read that one. Then we've also got a Kindle Unlimited pick, and it's a 94-page long novella, so I'm definitely reading that, which is Hot for Slayer by Ali Hazelwood. I believe Cleo rated that a 4-star, and I have started that one. I'm like 26 pages in, so I fully intend to read that tonight. Then this is where it gets scary, because Cleo and I, sometimes we have exactly the same opinions and exactly the same taste in books. See for reference Cash by Jessica Peterson, which was a Cleo rec that I gave 5 stars. However, Cleo also reads some stuff that I would never pick up for myself, like historical romances and maybe some monster romances. Not something I gravitate towards all the time. It's been known to happen, but not usually, which is where these next things scare me. Option 1, The Falconer by Elizabeth May. I believe this is a historical romance set in Scotland. Bestie Cleo is Scottish, she's from Edinburgh. Yeah, it's Victorian era Scotland. I don't tend to like historical, but I'm gonna give it a go. It's on Kindle Unlimited, I'm gonna give it a go. If I don't like it, I can DNF it, because I'm in a DNFing mood. I'm in a huge reading slump right now, I'm not gonna lie to you. Huge reading slump. So this, I don't think this is a good pick for a reading slump, and I don't think it's a good pick for my taste personally. So this is the option. I also don't know what genre this is. Yes, I do now. It says Fae on the back. It's a fantasy. It's a fantasy. I don't know if I've got the brain power for this, but I'm gonna give it a go. The next option we've got, and again I don't know too much about this, is The Love of Our Lives by Emma Steele. It says on the front, Maggie must follow her heart, but what if it was never hers to begin with? Maggie should be living life to the full. She should be travelling the world, jumping out of planes, skiing in the mountains, everything she dreamed of doing. But a year ago she fell ill. Oh god, it's going to be sad. A year ago she fell ill and needed a heart transplant. How do I say that word? Transplant. Losing all her confidence, this new heart is a gift, and Maggie believes that the best way to honour it is to be careful, cautious and safe. Then something impossible happens. Maggie wakes up one morning in a flat that's not her own, in pajamas that aren't her own, and when she looks in the mirror, she sees another woman's face looking back at her. Somehow, magically, Maggie has been given another chance at life and another chance at love. But can you truly follow your heart if it belonged to someone else first? So I'm getting magical realism vibes. Again, a romance. And I'm still scared. Still scared. Again, it's not necessarily something I'd pick up myself. It kind of like, from the synopsis, I'm getting like, is it the love of my afterlife by Kirsty Greenwood? That kind of vibe. That's magical realism sort of thing. Maybe a teeny weeny bit of Our Infinite Fates, which I do think is one I picked for Cleo. I picked them so long ago I don't remember what I told her to read. But I'm gonna, again, it's who knows what I'm gonna pick up. I have 2 days to read these and I'm working both days, so we'll see what happens. But this is another contender. And then this one I had thought about picking up of my own accord, and I thought, you know what, I won't get to it anytime soon, I'm not gonna buy it. And then Cleo recommended it to me and I did pick it up immediately and then not read it for, what are we, 4 months on from October now? And that is Tusk Love by Thea, oh god, it's a name I'm not gonna be able to pronounce properly, Thea Guanzon? As you can tell by the cover, this is a monster romance. It's a monster romance. Yeah, it's short, I'll give it that. This one I think I can probably finish in 2 days. I have it on Kindle as well. I bought it when it was like 99p. So let's have a little looky and see what I can remember about this. I'm just going to read the top like paragraph of this. A merchant's daughter who yearns for adventure gets more than she bargained for when she falls for a broodingly handsome stranger in this saucy romantasy. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. I want to go into this one kind of blind. But I'm so hit or miss with things like this. Like, what's an example? I read a monster romance and I can't think of what it is. Mind blank much. But things like A Fellowship of something. That series I read that's called A Fellowship of blah 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 blah. The Adena Shah series. That in my head counts as a monster romance because they're all like fantasy creatures. So that kind of thing I don't mind, but that's not saucy. So the only other thing I can think of is Milking Farm, and I haven't read that. That's just something my boyfriend keeps telling people I've read because he thinks it's funny. I haven't read that. I don't intend to read that. But that's the only other monster romance I can think of. Again, this is not particularly something I would pick up of my own accord. The curiosity is getting the better of me though, so it is going to get read probably very soon. So, with that said, as I mentioned, I have started Hot for Slayer, which again is not something I'd pick because I'm not a vampire girly. This is genuinely the scariest TBR that I've had in a while, and I'm going to see how much of it I can get through before Saturday because my flight is Friday evening, so I can read on the plane. Let's see what I can do. As I said, Hot for Slayer I've started and I will probably finish tonight. So I'll update you tomorrow if I can. So I finished Hot for Slayer last night. As I said, it's only 94 pages long. It is a novella, and I've double checked. Cleo did give it a 5-star, so I did enjoy it. Not quite 5 degree, not quite to a 5-star degree. I think I'm going to give it a 4-star. It was fun. I loved the premise. Actually, as someone who doesn't like vampires, this was a good, like, not too in-your-face vampire-y thing. The setup being, and I cannot pronounce either of the names, so I'm not going to use them. Laslan, I think is the name of the love interest. And then I know that the female main character has a really long name and then calls herself Ethel at one point, so I'm gonna call her Ethel. Ethel is a vampire, Laslan is a vampire slayer, and right at the start he's like trying to protect her and he gets hit in the head and loses his memories. So for the rest of the novella he has no idea why she's being so distant because obviously she thinks this is all an act. She thinks that he's got this elaborate plan to trick her so that he can kill her, when in reality he has genuinely lost his memories. So it was really fun, actually. I quite enjoyed that setup. The ending, again, a bit rushed. I think maybe this could have done with being like 150 pages rather than 94. So I'm giving it a 4-star. I did enjoy it very much, and I have picked our next read from the selection, and I need to actually double check what Cleo rated this for our next check-in. But I'm going to read The Love of Our Lives. I think I'm going to really enjoy this. Like I said yesterday, it's kind of giving me the love of my afterlife and Our Infinite Fates. No, I said Our Infinite Fates for Hot for Slayer. What am I on about today? I clearly need a break. But it's giving the love of my afterlife vibes by Kirsty Greenwood, and I actually gave that a 5 stars. So theoretically, this is going to hit. Like, I think it's got that good setup. The magical realism definitely helps. I do love a magical realism book. So I'm going to read this, and hopefully I finish it today, and then I can read a third book tomorrow, and then obviously finish The Game Changer Saturday with Cleo. So I'm going to read this today, hopefully, and I will check in with you later on this evening with any updates, and hopefully I'll remember to check what Cleo rated this, because I'm also keeping this a secret, so I'm not updating my Goodreads as I'm reading these, so I'm having to like go out of my way to look at what Cleo rated them rather than just seeing it when I add it to my reading. But I thought it'd be a cool concept to surprise her by having read these. And I'm very heavily inspired by Destiny Sidwell's video where she meets up with Sarah Caroli and Hayley Pham, and she is secretly reading their 5-star reads. That's kind of the vibe, but it's not going to be a massive secret because I am going to tell her basically immediately upon getting to our house. Like, if she says, oh, what are you reading? I'm going to be like, Tusk Love. Or something like, I'll do something like that, or like I'll pick out the books in her library and be like, oh, I really love this, and she'll be like, what? So hopefully her reaction is good. Otherwise this is going to be a really, I don't even know what, it's going to be a weird time. But yes, I'm going to read The Love of Our Lives today. That's the plan. So I'll see you later. I don't normally do mid-book check-ins. I'm currently on page 193 of The Love of Our Lives, and I just want to say, what the fuck, Cleo? You gave me a book that made me cry. You will be receiving my therapy bill, actually. This is unfair. I am getting 5-star feelings though. I fear she ate with that one. Cleo also gave this 5-star, and I think she's entirely correct for that. But yes, it's making me emotional. Probably not the best thing when it's already fairly late at night and I do need to sleep for work tomorrow, but I'm highly likely to finish it, and I do fear that I'm going to continue crying whilst I do so. So I'll get back to you probably tomorrow when I finish this, but I have really, really high hopes for this book. It is now Friday morning and I have some updates for you. We have got only one day left of the buddy read we're doing. I read the pages this morning just to get them out of the way, and I'm pretty confident this is going to be a 3.5. There's just nothing making me want to continue reading it, and that's been the case for the whole book. And just his constant use of the word brat is pissing me off. So we'll see if my opinion changes in the last like 50 pages, 40 pages that I read tomorrow with Cleo. So that's update number 1. Update number 2, as you may have seen from the last clip, this book has emotionally broken me. I did indeed continue to cry whilst reading it, and absolutely no one will be surprised when I say this is a 5-star. Obviously Cleo gave this a 5-star as well. Her review, I did actually read it, and it does say that it made her cry. So I should have been a bit more mindful of that going into it. But I absolutely adored this. So this is about Maggie, who has had a heart transplant, and on the 1 year anniversary of this heart transplant, she kind of like blacks out, and when she comes to, she's in someone else's body, and it's the body of the person that gave her the heart transplant 1 year before she dies. So we're following Maggie as she's trying to navigate Emily's life and trying to do what's best for Emily. So it was really beautiful. It did make me cry quite a lot. The ending made me sob like a fucking baby. It did indeed. So obviously a 5-star, and my first 5-star of February, which means that I do need to pick a new book to read today because I fly tonight, so I need to finish another book before then. And I think I am gonna read Tusk Love because I think A, this one's shorter, and B, this one intrigues me slightly more. I'm not, as I said before, I'm not a historical romance girly or historical fantasy. I'm not a historical kind of girly. So I don't think The Falconer is gonna be for me. This, however, has potential. This has potential. So I'm going to hopefully read this today and come back to you with updates this evening. And again, I need to check what Cleo rated this. I think it was a 4.5. I'm pretty sure it was a 4.5 she rated this. So again, high expectations. But I will get back to you once I have finished this, hopefully later tonight. As you can see, I have made it to Cleo's house, and as you all know, I have a surprise for Cleo, hence the covered face.
Yeah, I promise I don't look like this normally.
I've been very sneaky, and I've been doing a little bit of reading.
Oh, jeez Louise.
You may have noticed I've not updated my Goodreads in a week.
Right, I was thinking this, and I thought you would be angry at me for not updating mine for Game Changer, so here we are.
No, I was very careful about not updating you on anything. Would you like to open your eyes and see what I've been reading this week?
I mean, yeah, sure, but I was like, I'm more looking at where your voice is, so...
I'm here.
Okay, hi, okay, can I open my eyes now?
Yes.
Shut the fuck up. Have you actually?
Yes, I have. I have also read Hot for Slayer.
Oh my god.
And I actually lied to you earlier, I wasn't reading Male Match, I was reading Tusk Love.
All of the updates right here, right now.
Okay, so, and this works as the outro for my video because I normally do my update.
That's fine.
Hot for Slayer. I gave it a 4-star. Just because it was a novella. I never rate novellas particularly high.
Fair.
I really enjoyed the setup with the amnesia stuff.
Yeah.
So that was great. You may recall earlier in the week I sent you a voice note saying what the fuck you're paying for my therapy.
This don't make sense.
This is why.
This makes
is
sense.
why.
Yeah.
I read it in one day. And I stayed up till 1 in the morning reading it whilst
I
sobbing
wondered
into
why you
the
were up that late.
This is why.
Yeah.
Safe to say it was a 5-star. As it should be, possibly a 6-star. I'm obsessed.
I thought you would be.
Absolutely obsessed.
Yeah.
And devastated.
Yeah. It's quite a
I walked into the room and I clocked this on the shelves. I was like, I know how I'm revealing this now. And I grabbed them.
Do you want a deleted scene?
The deleted scene.
I've got the deleted scene.
Have you?
Yeah. Hold on.
Yes. I will be reading this later. And then on the way here, I've been reading Tusk Love. This is the one I haven't finished. I've got like 60 pages left.
How are you feeling about it?
I thought it was slow to start, but I'm now very invested.
Oh yeah.
Very invested.
Do you know what I mean by like smut with a side quest?
Literally, that is how you smut with a side quest.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. And because I've been reading it on my Kindle, I was struggling to picture what they look like because I knew like vaguely what the cover was. But every time they mentioned something, I was like, okay, add that to how I'm picturing them.
Yeah, you're like, in there.
But with 60 pages left to go, I'm pretty confident this is going to be a 4-star as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless anything crazy happens. So, that is
I'm so
the
happy
reading
right
for
now.
this
Sorry, I wasn't
week.
even in frame. I'm so happy right now.
That's the reading for this week. I did Hot for Slayer, The Love of Our Lives, and Tusk Love.
all in preparation for meeting Cleo. And I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you next week with another video, which will definitely be the vlog of the rest of my time here. Bye!
I'll take you really interesting places, I promise.